Bruce Lee stood silently in the middle of an ancient battlefield, as the evening sun painted the sky in shades of orange and red. The wind moved gently through the tall grass, carrying with it a sense of anticipation. Across from him stood Akira, a legendary female samurai master known throughout Japan for her unmatched swordsmanship, discipline, and courage. Warriors from distant lands spoke of her skill with admiration and respect. She had spent decades mastering the way of the samurai, dedicating her life to perfecting every movement, every strike, and every decision she made in combat. Bruce Lee, on the other hand, had become famous around the world for his incredible speed, revolutionary martial arts philosophy, and ability to adapt to any opponent. Both fighters had heard stories about each other, and now fate had brought them together for a battle that would be remembered forever. The atmosphere was calm, but beneath the silence lay tremendous tension. Neither fighter underestimated the other. Bruce knew that facing a samurai master armed with a razor-sharp katana would be unlike any challenge he had ever encountered. Akira understood that Bruce Lee's speed and unpredictability made him one of the most dangerous martial artists alive. As they studied each other from a distance, neither moved. Every breath, every shift of weight, and every flicker of movement was carefully observed. This was not simply a fight between two warriors. It was a clash of philosophies, cultures, and lifetimes of dedication. As the first rays of moonlight appeared, Akira slowly drew her katana. The sound of steel sliding from its sheath echoed across the battlefield. Bruce lowered into his fighting stance, relaxed yet ready. The moment their eyes met, the battle began. Akira launched forward with astonishing speed, her sword cutting through the air in a precise diagonal strike. Bruce reacted instantly, moving just outside the blade's path. The sword passed so close that he could feel the wind it created. Without hesitation, he countered with a rapid combination of punches and kicks. Akira blocked and retreated, realizing immediately that Bruce's speed was every bit as legendary as the stories claimed. The battle intensified. Bruce moved like flowing water, constantly changing angles and attacking from unexpected directions. Akira responded with flawless sword techniques, each strike calculated to control space and force Bruce into difficult positions. Sparks flew whenever Bruce narrowly avoided the katana. The spectators watching from a distance could barely follow the action. To them, it seemed as though two shadows were dancing across the battlefield. Bruce's movements were explosive and unpredictable, while Akira's were disciplined, efficient, and precise. Minutes turned into what felt like hours. Neither fighter gained a decisive advantage. Bruce focused on closing the distance, knowing that fighting a swordswoman at range was dangerous. Akira used every inch of her reach advantage, keeping the katana between herself and her opponent. Their skills pushed each other to the limit. Every attack required an immediate response. Every mistake could end the battle. Yet despite the danger, there was mutual respect in every exchange. Neither warrior fought with hatred. They fought to test the limits of their abilities and to discover who could adapt better under pressure. As the fight continued, fatigue slowly began to appear. Sweat covered their faces, and their breathing grew heavier. Bruce noticed a slight hesitation in one of Akira's movements. It lasted only a fraction of a second, but for a fighter of his caliber, it was enough. He surged forward with incredible speed, launching a series of attacks designed to overwhelm her defenses. Akira blocked most of them, but the pressure forced her backward. For the first time in the battle, she found herself reacting rather than controlling the pace. The crowd sensed the momentum shifting. However, Akira was far from defeated. Drawing upon years of training and discipline, she regained her composure. She anticipated Bruce's next attack and countered with a masterful sword technique that caught him by surprise. Bruce narrowly escaped, but the blade sliced through part of his sleeve. It was a reminder that even the